wonderful to be here. Always snows when I come to Bryant. I'm always happy to talk to small business people because my parents owned a small business. I know what it's like. I respect it a great deal, and I'm always happy to give back in terms of this. Now, what I wanted to talk about, just in my 3 or 4 minutes, whatever, is that we've really been through a lot in the Great Recession. We've come back a lot of the way. We're not back all the way. We still have a lot of work to do. But what I think you find challenging and a little bit scary is the fact that we're so attuned to thinking of what's going on in the economy just in terms of cyclical changes, the normal ups and downs of an economy and recovery, recession, whatever. But really, since the Great Recession and with the heightened globalization and technology, a lot of what's going on is really structural change. And structural change is much more difficult to cope with. It adds more uncertainty. It means you have to redefine your niche, your place in the economy. And it really has changed the rules of the game. Ironically, this is our 30th anniversary of being a post-manufacturing, or what's sometimes called a service and information-based economy in Rhode Island. And that changes the rules. It's much more demanding. And so we've adapted somewhat, but we really haven't adapted enough. And that's really what the challenge is. In the midst of the Great Recession, there's the old saying, a crisis is a terrible thing to waste. And I hate to say it, but let's be honest, the state of Rhode Island wasted that crisis. We really haven't started doing things until the last couple of years. What is kind of disturbing to me, and I didn't see this coming earlier this year, that we have done some things, we've made our way a lot of the way back, but when the national economy hiccuped in the second quarter, if you look at my current conditions index, what that showed was that Rhode Island clearly stumbled. And a number of the indicators actually took on the exact pattern of an economy that was almost ready to roll over into recession. Thank God the national economy and regional economies picked up, so we've gotten away from that. But we're still really going to be isolated in the sense that a lot of us refer to Rhode Island's economic performance as phyllo, first in, last out, when it comes to national weakness. And I thought we had gotten farther away from that. We're not. So the good news is, with however much uncertainty there is after the election, and I think we should all thank God the election's over because of the uncertainty and our brains can grow back to their original sizes. But I think that what really is going to matter, there's going to be a lot of changes for Rhode Island, most significant of which is we will now have fiscal policy nationally in addition to monetary. Had that not occurred, we would have had a national recession probably within 2 to 2.5 years, which means for Rhode Island, we would have rolled over within 1 to 1.5 years. So we've actually gained a reprieve. I think that the recovery should go on longer in light of having fiscal policy. That doesn't mean growth is going to be stellar. We don't really know any of the specifics of policies yet. But we need to use this time to reinvent ourselves and to keep doing the things we've just started doing. As I said, we're only in the first inning. What I'd really like to see Rhode Island learn, its elected officials in government, something called crisis mode. And I think that would really help us a lot. We've got time to do our version of the 2-minute drill. We've got a lot to do before the next recession. We've got the reprieve. I truly hope that we're going to make something out of it. Because the best thing we can do for small business in this state is to grow faster. Thank you.